Okay, so for instance, I'll give you this. They have words. So what is so cool about these is that I'll be reading the cards for you, but if another word pops up for you that you're looking at and it speaks to you, that even more personalizes the reading for you. And I really like that. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to pick 3 Rock and Roll Tarot cards. Okay. The first card is going to go in the physical position, meaning what's going on in December. What is happening? What are you doing? And your first card is the Emperor. Emperor. Okay. And that's the what you're doing physical position. What's going on around your environment, okay? What you do in your actions. And second card, under your mental and emotional, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, is the Fool. Okay. So we have physical, we have mental and emotional, what you're thinking, what you're feeling. That's what you're doing. And then we have spiritual. And that is the Chariot. Wow. Okay, so you have 3 major arcana cards. So right off the bat, I'm just going to put this out there before I start reading. December is going to be very important for you. Okay, and this is like a very future moving, okay? Even though, you know, the Chariot's kind of forward moving and this is going this way. What this tells me is that, like, forward moving, stable, okay? So it's like gaining momentum, but in a steady way. Okay, so that's the message I'm getting just from those 3 major arcanas that are coming off strong. Because you have, you know, a lot of trumps, all trumps, this month might be very important for you. And in all different ways for depending on which Aquarius you are. But as far as your future goes, this is a reading that you're going to want to probably pay close attention to and maybe watch more than once because this is important. And that's just what I get from those coming up like that. Okay, now let's pick your archetype card. Okay. Alright, till one pops up at me. Okay. You got Liberator. Okay. And I'll hold this here and you can pause it if you want to read it, but I'm going to read it to you. Okay. Liberator. If this is affecting you in a positive way, it is freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. If it's affecting you in a negative way, it's imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Okay, so let's talk about the negative and get it out of the way first. This is going to affect you physically, which is going to affect what you do, what you think and feel, and what you experience, okay? Because spirituality is all about experience, okay? And if you're finding that in December that some things like imposing your beliefs on others or your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, like meaning someone you're trying to help but you're like controlling them or something, okay? That would be an example of what this could be. And it could be many things, and you'll know. If it's coming up for you, you'll know. It's like, what are you doing that's not, like you're not doing with a happy heart? You know, that's coming up. That came up for somebody else too, another reading. It's like what you do with a happy heart. Again, it's like if you're going to try to help people, don't do it begrudgingly. Do it happily, or don't do it, because that's probably better, you know, if you can't do it happily. And then, but the positive ways that it can affect what you're doing, what you're thinking and feeling, and what you're experiencing is, it says, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So this is a psychological card. It's psychological liberation, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. And you can apply it to these cards, okay? So let's get started. In physical, okay, what are you physically doing? The Emperor, okay? You're following rules, okay? It's, you have it's like this month, it's like the way other people are behaving is because of the way that you assert your authority, okay? So maybe this month you're going to notice that you're going to maybe there's something that you can improve on at home, and you're going to start doing it a certain way, or change the way you do something. Or you found out something, okay, you freed yourself from outmoded beliefs, okay, and then you started a new way of doing things, or a new way of talking or thinking about things, or just a new idea on how to better cope with your psychological liberation, or with your household. And because remember, Emperor is sitting on a foundation. He is super... he's solid as a rock, okay? And so what this is maybe you're going to be somebody's rock. Maybe you're going to be the one everyone's depending on. But and maybe you're like, what you're going to figure out is like, oh, thank goodness I figured this out, because I'm the only one that can really make everyone else listen. You know, or I'm the only one that can really kind of wake people up to this, you know. But again, there's a sense of experience, I guess would be a great word to use for this. So you're asserting your authority through experience. So it's like no sense in doing it any other way except how you know works best, okay? And that's the advice that you follow this month. What you do should be done with certainty, okay? And do it however it makes it easier for you. It's really time to get down to the bare bones and structure of things, and see, and if there's tweaks that need to be made in the way that you structure things, make them, only to be more strong. And others will follow suit, you know, your family members, your spouses, your children, your you know, whoever are going to kind of trust you on it, okay? So this is very much a month of you know, doing things how you know works and sticking to what works, okay? And mentally and emotionally, we have the Fool, okay? So this is faith, okay? So you're going to be thinking about these things. You're going to be thinking about having an open heart, how to... you know, you're really going to, it's like a reset, okay? You're thinking about how to be, these are opposites, basically. Okay, like, this is like like risk assessment 0, risk assessment 10, okay? And so with the Fool, it's like here's what you're doing, but what you're thinking about is like folly. La la la. Like you want to do the fun stuff. You want to get into the good stuff. So that is why it's so important. The things that you're physically doing every day, your routine, and the things that are solid in your life, your foundational routines, to keep as simple as possible and go with what you know works. Don't try to like go off on like something that you know might work but could take longer, or whatever the situation may be. But go with the thing that you know works, foolproof, you know, as much of that as possible. And then if you find that something isn't working at a fundamental foundational level, then you can go in and change it. Okay, that's where the Emperor comes in, and that's when the Emperor insights change. But it has to be at like a fundamental level, and it has to be something that is, this month for you, it has to be something that if you didn't do it, it would make every day harder, your routine harder. It would fumble up your routine, okay? Those are the only things that you need to go in and fix, and make it as simple as possible. Because what you're thinking about is like childlike thoughts, you know, with like an open heart. And it says open and pure, and that's true, you know. But it's having faith. It's one step falls on the path. You know, the path falls as your feet are hitting the ground, and it's faith. So the things you're feeling is, maybe your intuition is heightened. Maybe you're coming into a time where you're having a lot of, this is thoughts and feelings, having a lot of childhood memories, okay? This could be having very, very vivid dreaming, okay? Write down your dreams this month. But I think you want to, here's what you're doing again, but here's what you want to be doing. You're yearning for that, to just try out faith. You're yearning to try it on. You want to go out, and you want to step out with nothing there, and you want to have faith that it will be there, but at the same time you're struggling a little because you want to know that it will be there. You know, so it's kind of like you're stuck between these two. Okay, your actions are one thing, and that's good to keep this structure, but your thoughts are in a whole nother world. Okay. And with your spiritual card, what your experience is, you got the Chariot. So your experience is that you're moving forward. Things are moving in the direction of liberation. Okay, and more, like, this is what you're working towards, right? You're liberating yourself from negative thought patterns and outmoded beliefs. Remember, this could be outmoded beliefs about yourself. So if somebody when you were young told you were stupid, and you've carried that with you your whole life, and you've tried in everything you do to read as much as you can, and do as much as you can, and feel as much as you can, and connect as much as you can, and be as funny as you can, and be as, whatever, to prove that you're not stupid. It's like time to let go what somebody said to you a long time ago. This is just an example. And time to step into right now, and that doesn't matter. That's so far gone. It doesn't even exist anymore. And it's like so far, that would be one of the things. So it's like moving on, okay, from things that do nothing but bring you down. If you are doing something to prove something, go to the root of what you're trying to prove and remove that. And then you got all that free space to use creatively and do the things that you love. Okay? This is kind of like, it's like you might be thinking about slowing down, simplifying, slowing down, thinking about, some people look at this as wide open, okay? And in some readings it is. But here it's just a thought and a feeling. So it's like daydreaming, okay? And it's also like, it's like a mental vacations you're going on, okay? And it's like having, I'd add adventure, okay, in your mind right now and in your feelings. Like you're feeling the exuberance, okay? So this is like rolling on, and, you know, you're coming up to, like, this is forward movement, and you're playing around in your mind, and you're steady on your path. But, you know, pretty soon, you might want to be trying to you know, this is like play, is what I'm trying to say here, okay? That's the best word. Play, work, okay? And moving on, okay? So it's like you're going to be able to move, like you're going to want to be doing this and making things as simple of work, less work as possible, as simple as possible. More of this is possible because this is what you're thinking about, and being creative and adventurous. And this is kind of telling you that, you know, on the rung of life, you're stepping up on the, you know, moving into a new adventure. But I feel like you're trying to tone everything kind of down a little, and make it simpler. Okay, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And don't forget your liberator, okay?